we have been endorsed by the Brockton Police Department.
Yes.
They endorsed our candidacy because they know that we're able to bring the community and the police together to make it safer for our community. It's not just throwing police at things. It's the same thing with, people say, oh, you got to put more money into the schools. We don't have a money problem, and I brought that up on the council several months ago. Mm-hmm. What we have is a money management problem. There's a difference between having a money problem and having a money management problem.
Yeah.
Our budget this year is more than it was last year. We're now at $614 million. It was in the 500s last year. So we're putting more money into the system, more money into the city, but it's not the fact that people say, oh, you got to invest more in the schools, you got to put more money. No, we got to be a better manager to manage what we have.
Concernant la sécurité dans la ville Brockton, candidat Moses Rodrigues précisait que, yes, c'est une question qui est très fréquente, en pile monde, tout côté le passé, c'est même question, hein, sécurité pour Grandette, sécurité pour tout le monde dans la ville Brockton, dans la communauté. Hein. Eh bien, il dit comme ça, c'est un bagage que nous avons besoin de garder ensemble et pour nous chercher une solution ensemble, tout, parce qu'il y a plusieurs aspects là-dedans pour nous considérer. C'est ça que il dit que, les pensées, normalement, tout ça qui est fait déjà, il y a un pile bagage qui est fait, mais qu'on a nous besoin de garder avec plus rationalité pour nous capables de porter solution et garder qui ça a marché plus bien, parce que il pas obligé un problème l'argent, mais qu'ils ont géré l'argent, qu'ils ont utilisé l'argent, ressources comme étaient disponibles. Of course, l'année dernière, le budget était plus bas que l'année ça, ils mettaient plus comme dans le budget, mais toujours c'est l'efficience qui gagne dans la décision qu'a pris que l'invité communautaire tout comprenne. Problème sécurité, son problème dans caillou. Parents, tout le monde doit impliquer, tout le monde doit ouais sécurité yon l'autre c'est pour eux. So c'est ça qu'il dit, il promet ça tout lui-même dès qu'il vient en tant que magistrat, il est capable de garder problème sécurité avec possibilité ressources qui gagne pour l'utiliser pour lui adresser problème ça. Mais toujours la prend résident yon veille pour l'autre, yon garder pour l'autre. Sous qu'on en bagaille, dis-li.
I just wanted to add one more thing.
Okay. Go ahead.
Statistically, crime is down. Statistically, crime is down in our city, but the perception of crime is still very high. So that's why sometimes we are not the best communicators in our community. We don't let the community know what's going on.
Yes.
Sometimes we don't do a great deal of communicating that stuff. I mean, it's like when you look at the issues in the schools. Yes. Last year we graduated 1,000 kids from Brockton High School. 70% of them went on to four-year colleges. Are we telling people that? No, we're not. We don't do a good job in communicating. That's why I believe in our administration we'll have a specialized person to basically deal with communications, to communicate with our people to make sure that they understand what's going on so that they can partake and help us make the city even a better city.
She can't wait.
I can't wait.
I can't believe it, you. Hey,
yes.
I didn't say anything.
No, you didn't say anything. Juste nous besoin communication, aller plus loin, arriver plus loin. Communauté 1, encore, candidat Moses Rodrigues dit que, en pile fois, information pas venir joindre nous, nous pas connaître qui ça bagaille yoye, ou bien gens, pour nous te douer gagner information, nous pas gagner, ça qu'on crée problème, ou bien nous pas qu'à vraiment connaître qui bon bagaille qu'a fait dans la ville. Il promet ça toujours. Dès que tu arrives magistrat Brockton, là pas assurer que communication fait plus bien et communauté en joindre information yo, j'en dois joindre yo.
Okay, so let me talk about jobs, but this time I have to ask the question. I have to say the question first in Creole, so people heard me asking the question in English without knowing, hey, what Mr. Compas is talking about.
Okay.
So I say it in Creole, and then I will translate in English for Mr. Moses. The city is going. Oh, sorry. Let me say it in Creole. Villa grandi rapide. Qui jan ou ta géré développement pendant ou ap kembe prix la vie accessible pour tout le monde. In English, the city is going fast. How would you manage development while keeping Brockton affordable for everyone?
Well, you know what? When you sit down and think about it, yes, our city is growing, but our city is not growing fast enough. Because if you look at the taxation in our community, residents, myself, taxpayers in our communities burden the amount of taxes disproportionately than the commercial taxes or the development taxes. So we need to grow our city even faster to be able to pick that up, because right now the residents are responsible for 73% of the taxes that are paid in the city, whereas the businesses are only paying about 23-24%.
Yes.
So what we need to do is increase that, again, not increase taxes on the businesses, but increase the number of businesses, so there's more businesses paying more taxes, so that it can lessen the burden on the taxpayer. That's what we need to do. Cut the red tape, make sure people can go and see a friendly face in dealing with you and investments in our community. That's why we're going to create a business advisory council made up of business people to advise the city on businesses, because I have some social services experience, or I have a military experience, or I have some government experience, but I don't have a great deal of business, investment experience, because I run a community group that hires people, looks for funds, but it's different for development. So we need to have the people that have the right ideas, the right thoughts coming together to help us and advise us and be able to do that, because it's important for a city to have more eyes, more ears involved to help us do that. And that's what we're going to do.
So more business is better for you.
Well, we want more business, because because right now, let's say if we only have 5 people paying the commercial taxes, they're only going to pay this much. If we have 10 people, then it's a little bit more. If we have 20 people, then it's more.
Yes.
That's what we need to do. We have to increase the number of businesses that we have in our community, so that the business tax can help the residents pay less tax. Because it's the difference between the other guy that's running and myself is that I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. I own a home. I know what paying a water bill looks like. I know what paying a light bill looks like. And when you know that, and you see the stresses that it's causing me as a taxpayer, I know the stresses it's causing you as a taxpayer. So that's why we need to make sure we bring more. We do what we can to bring more people involved in that loop, so that we can have a bigger pool of businesses to lessen the blow on the taxpayers.
I mean, I can feel it, because even me in Wendorf, my taxes went up.
You need to move to Brockton.
Welcome to Brockton.
Wendorf
I'll start searching for a house for you.
Wendorf has been a house since 1999.
Oh, so what? So what?
I love it. It's like a second Haiti.
Yeah, so what?
I know I like Brockton too, but Wendorf is part of my life.
Yes.
Patricia, go ahead.
So, pour question économique développement, pour Kembe Brockton, toujours non niveau pour moun ka arrêter la vivre là, non prix accessible, non prix qui est affordable. Eh bien, candidat Moses Rodrigues précisait que actuellement, lycée 70 pour résidents qui gagnent caille, c'est eux qui payent 70% dans taxe Brockton, business c'est entre 25 à 30%. Il dit qu'on sait que le pensée en tant que magistrat, assurer qu'il y a plus de business qui viennent, pour plus de business qui a contribué dans taxe dans ville là, qui pourra permettre que l'aménager pour l'autre résident, l'autre monde qui gagne mettre caille dans Brockton et monde qui paye toute l'autre bill en tant que résident Brockton. So il pensait que il y a un pile travail qui pour faire, mais l'a assuré lui que c'est plus business qui pour venir, parce que lui dit leur gagner 5 business qui paye et puis on leur vient changer, le mettre 10 business, ça pourrait permettre que il y a plus taxes dans business qui viennent, et avec ça il est capable de considérer taxes que l'autre résident a payé.
Et communauté haïtienne non, et c'est un pigo dans Brockton. Vraiment des magistrats, je m'excuse, vraiment des candidats pour magistrat, c'est qui gens qui planifié pour inclure leader à organisation haïtienne dans la décision où yo. Et in English, the Haitian community is one of the largest in Brockton. How do you plan to include Haitian leaders and organizations in your decision making?
Well, it's interesting that that's something that's right up my alley. When you look at our campaign,
yes,
from the very beginning, including Gene, who was part of our campaign,
yes,
is a campaign that's one of the most inclusive campaigns.
When you say including Gene, who's Gene talking about?
Gene Durancourt.
He
was part of our campaign.
Oh, he was part of your campaign.
Yeah, he was. From November, December, January, February, March, April. At the end of May, he decided to run. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't know that.
See, he was part of the group that encouraged me to run for mayor. And then he decided all of a sudden that he's going to run himself. But what he doesn't quite understand is that some of the people within the ITN community had been with us from the very beginning. Marlene, Fred, Eves, Patricia, Ruben, Chris from Tambu. These have been with us from the very beginning. Marlene runs the Haitian Community Partners and the Cape Verdean Association. We are one. You know, she's on our board. I'm on her board. Wow. So, and I intend to put somebody within the mayor's office, not just to be there to, you know, act like I'm the Haitian person. I intend to put somebody in the mayor's office. This is the only time you're going to hear me say I, because as the mayor, that's what I'm going to do.
A decision from you.
Right. But we, or I, will have somebody in the mayor's office who is Haitian, and who is going to stand side by side with me to help us bring the Haitian community issues in the forefront. But at the same time, my relationship with the organizations of Haitian organizations will continue as if nothing ever happened, because it was there 2 years ago, it was there 3 years ago, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Yes. It's not going to be any different. So as far as including the Haitians, I don't have to do anything to include the Haitians, because the Haitians have been included. And we are partners on everything that we do, from the summer jobs programs that we run for the kids within our communities, where you find Cape Verdean kids, Haitian kids, Latino kids, black, whites involved, to Marlene and I, in the Neighborhood Health Center, we have this program that we brought to the city called the Hometown Academy, to help young people go into the fields. Oh, I forgot about Eves. See, because Eves is basically.
No, you should forget about him because he's ICE.
Oh,
he's a member
he's
of
ICE.
ICE.
Oh, really?
He's a member of ICE.
He's a member of ICE. You know, so when you look at, you know, we have this Hometown Academy that we put together between the Cape Verdean Association and the Haitian Association, to help our communities move forward, to help young people become professionals in the medical field. So I am more Haitian than some Haitians. I have never been to IT, but I know about IT. Yes. I have friends who are Haitians. I am 100% in support of the Haitian community, because I don't say it because I'm running for office. I've said it all along through my actions of involving the Haitians within our. We have the Cape Verdean Association. We have Haitians working inside there, you know, because it's one community. The difference between the Cape Verdeans and the Haitian is 2 words: Portuguese, French. Your Creole came from French.
Yes.
Mine came from Portuguese. That's the only difference.
That's the difference.
We all have the same problem, the same challenge. Yes, so toujours pour inclusion communauté haïtienne. And may I say something about you meeting with the religious leaders as well?
Oh, yeah.
Many times?
I think 35 of them are with us.
Yes. So, candidat Moses Rodrigues, déjà involved dans la communauté, connaît la communauté haïtienne, parle avec la communauté haïtienne tout le temps, côté que il dit qu'il fait partie de board organisation qui est dans la communauté haïtienne, même si il y a haïtien qui fait partie de board organisation qui veut dire association, tant comme Lina Médé, et il dit depuis le début campagne, il était toujours un haïtien qui campait bon côté. Nous avons Fred Fontaine, nous avons Yves Cajus, nous avons Marlina Médé, nous avons Patricia Sano, nous avons Franck, nous avons tant d'autres haïtiens, Guy Pierre. C'est deux gens qui vraiment engagés bon côté li dans campagne et qui toujours connaît que en tant que haïtien, qui veut dire c'est pas différent, c'est une seule communauté. So nous capable parler différentes langues, nous capable parler différents créoles, mais nous sommes seule communauté. Nous fait face à même problème yo. So c'est ça que fait lui dit que c'est pas aujourd'hui parce que le candidat l'a dit ça, mais il était toujours candidat, il était toujours prouvé dans l'action, il toujours participé dans ça haïtien a fait, il toujours là camper bon côté haïtien et haïtien tout camper bon côté là.
And we got, watching the time, 11 minutes left, you know, and maybe for 2 or 3 questions, maybe. I remember Mayor Bill Carpenter came in here in the studio, in your place. So, and Sullivan came in. So he spent 4 years?
Yeah, 2 terms.
6 years.
6 years?
No, not Carpenter, Sullivan.
No, Sullivan.
No, 6 years as well. 3 terms.
Sullivan?
Yes.
3 terms already?
I think so.
Yeah, he's completing his 3rd term.
Carpenter is 2.
Carpenter got elected 3 times.
3 times.
But he only served 2.5.
That's right. I think you served the rest of his term.
Yes.
Okay. There is a problem right now. It's homelessness in Brockton. Homelessness and mental health. They are serious issues. How would your administration address these challenges?
Well, the interest. Do you want to?
No, ça va. No,
Yeah,
that's
You don't want to translate that?
Oh, let me ask the question.
Yeah.
In Haitien?
Creole.
Problème moun sans kay ak santé mentale yo grave sérieux. Qui jan administration et Moses Rodrigues ka fait face ak défi sa yo? Yes.
Well, one of the things that we got to be very clear about, the homeless issue is not a Brockton issue, but it's a Brockton problem. And the reason why I say that is because over 60% of the people who are homeless in Brockton are not residents of Brockton. Let me say that again.
Yes.
Over 60% of the homeless that we have in Brockton are not Brockton residents.
Where are they coming from?
They're residents, they're people that come from all over the place, from the surrounding communities, from Boston, from Worcester, from Springfield, from the North Shore. We have people down here from Florida that are now in our streets. When I was the mayor for those 7 months, I actually had invited all the town managers around Brockton to come and sit down to help us talk about the homeless issues in our community.
Yes.
Because being an issue that is a regional issue or a state issue or a country issue, we should not face it alone, because our resources are limited to our own population. It's not fair for Brockton to handle Boston homeless or Worcester homeless or Springfield homeless. It's important for us to handle our own, but have everybody else kind of chip in and help us with that. Another issue that we have.
Can you do something about it?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go back to doing what we had done before, which is bring those people in and saying, look, 6 years later, we're still in the same place. So we need to create programs, day programs, that are not just necessarily in Brockton, but perhaps in the surrounding communities, to be able to take the stresses out of Brockton. Because it's not fair for us to have the shelters, and then during the day you see all these homeless people walking around. They need to go somewhere, and those other communities need to help out as well. But we also have another issue. We have organizations in the community that take people in for therapy, for rehabbing. They take people from Boston, from Worcester, from Springfield, from Lawrence, from Lowell, New Bedford, Fall River. Those people come for their 30-day program or whatever, how long the program is, and once they get discharged, they go back on the streets, in our streets. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get together with these agencies and say, I worked at Brockton Hospital for a long time. Before a patient is discharged, there was a thing called a discharge planning, where if you come to the hospital for whatever issue you have, when you get discharged, you get an appointment to go back to your to home. We find out who you're living with, who's going to take you to the appointments, whether or not you have your follow-up appointments. So we need to do the same thing with those programs. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take people from Boston, from Worcester, or from whatever, but when you take them, they need to go back to those communities, because you cannot just discharge them on our streets, because that's what these agencies are doing. So that's what you're saying. Where do they come from?
Yeah.
That's where they come from. A lot of them come from Rockland, from Kingston, from Norwell, from Randolph, from some of these other communities for therapy. Randolph for therapy and drug count, whatever they're getting from the community. But they need to go back to their community where they have relationships, where they have families to live with. It should not become an issue in Brockton. But we also have some funds that we got through some settlements from years ago that we're going to put it to work to help those that want help in our streets.
That's right. Go ahead, Patricia, because
Problème moun qui pa gen côté pour été, problème santé mentale, c'est vraiment situation ça que question été adressée, et candidat a mentionné que oui, problème yo réel, et c'est l'autre communauté autour, moun yo sorti dans l'autre communauté, yo vinn vivre Brockton ou bien yo dans la rue Brockton, et bien li gen plan pour le travail avec agence qui a ba moun ça au service, même Jean li l'était magistrat pour 7 mois, il était gen chance inviter l'autre administration, l'autre ville, l'autre area ça yo vini tap parler avec lui pour être capable de voir comment il adresser problème moun sa yo qui sorti dans l'autre communauté yo mais qui vient hang dans rue Brockton dans ville Brockton dans la rue Brockton. So je pense que le retourner encore dans city hall là, la pral mettre plus ressources mobilisées pour ça et surtout garder avec agency qui ba moun sa au service comment que capable réacheminer moun sa yo dans communauté côté où t'es sorti initialement, une façon pour c'est pas Brockton qui a payé conséquences un monde qui pas gain côté priorité qui dans la rue ou bien que même la gain pile château dans Brockton mais service là comment est capable bali puis bien.
And before I leave, I think I should ask you these questions about education. Éducation, c'est clé pour l'avenir. Qui plan que le gouvernement Moses l'a gagné pour améliorer l'école publique Brockton et puis aider les élèves à réussir? In English, education is key for the future. What are your plans to improve Brockton public schools and help students succeed?
But the first thing we need to do, we need to have that communications that we lack of. We need to let the people know that we have the best urban school system in Massachusetts. The best.
Okay.
Now, what are we going to do? Do we need to get it better? Of course we need to get it better, but we have the best school system. We have the best teachers, the best students, and the best system in the state. We ran into some issues in the past where I talked a little bit about it earlier, that we didn't have a money problem. We had a money management problem. So
yes.
That's what happened in the school system in the past.
Are we going to get a better management now?
Oh, we already have a better management.
Okay.
We have a better hold of the system that we didn't have before. But we're also going to go a little step further. We're in a process now about...
Once again, I was glad I was talking to Patricia the other day. She was explaining me the problem is the management.
Exactly. It's not...
I didn't know that.
That's what the problem was.
Because they're spending without having the money.
It's like you go into the store
yes.
with $10 and you're buying $20 worth of food.
She explained it pretty good.
That's what the problem was.
Yes.
Nobody stole anything.
Yes.
People just mismanaged the funds that we had. But one of the things that we're doing for our students is that within the next few years, we're going to get a brand new high school built in the city of Brockton. Because when you do that, I think it sends a message across the board that we care about our students.
Yes.
Because I graduated from that high school years ago, and in the eyes of technology, in the eyes of education, that's an antique. And it's not fair for every single high school around us to have a brand new high school, and for Brockton, the only city in the area, to have one of the oldest and most dilapidated high school in the area. So we're going to build a brand new high school. We're going to continue to educate our students. We're going to continue to grow from within, promote from within. Because remember what I said? One of the issues that we have is communications. We don't talk about the great things that happen at Brockton High School. We don't talk about the great thing that happened within the Brockton school system. And that's what we need to start doing, is promote from within. We can't just sit back and wait for the Boston media to come, because when they come, they're only going to cover the negative.
That's right.
The negative that 5 or 6 kids are doing, that's what they're going to talk about. We need to talk about the good that our kids are doing in our community and promote our system as such. So that's what we're going to do. First and foremost, make sure that they have the right resources, make sure that they have the right infrastructure, the buildings in place to learn. We're also going to invest heavily on technical and vocational school. Right now, we have about 800 students on a waiting list to get into VOTEC programs. Electricians,
yes.
Mechanics.
Oh, Brockton don't have that yet?
We don't. We have a small amount within the school system. They go elsewhere. They go elsewhere. So we're actually going to invest in our own system to basically grow our own technicians in the community. Because when we do the VOTEC for the young students, we can also do VOTEC for the adults. So part of the adult learning, because we have a lot of people that come from IT, from Cabo Verde, from all these other places that were plumbers in their country. They were electricians in their country, but they don't have the certificate like the ones you have on your wall.
On the wall, yes.
They don't have that, so they need to get that. So it would be good if we have a VOTEC program that they can be a part of it too, to be able to graduate from those programs and take their great skills and put the papers behind it to do that. So that's one of the things that we're going to invest, not necessarily just on the students, the young students, but the adult students as well.
Patricia,
Éducation, point clé, et Jean, candidat pour magistrat, Moses Rodrigues précise li. Communication, c'est un gros problème lié. Nous ne pas connaître, nous pas partager information avec nous pour dire nous exactement bon bagage qu'a fait. Et Brockton, c'est une ville qui a une bonne position dans le système d'éducation dans l'État Massachusetts. Nous, c'est une meilleure actuellement. Mais si on pas dit nous, bien perception que nous, que Brockton pas un bon bagage qu'a fait là-dedans, nous pas connaître ça. Mais système éducation, système l'école Brockton, c'est un meilleur qui gagne dans le state Massachusetts. Et il précise tout pour lui dire, il y a un travail qui peut faire parce que high school que nous gagnons qu'on y a là, les anciens, ils ont un paquet de bagages qui manquent. Et lui-même, il pensait que dans l'année qui vient là, nous parlons d'un nouveau high school qui a construit dans Brockton, et puis avec toute technologie que ça mandait, et surtout partie l'école vocationnelle, tant qu'on lui mentionné ça. Nous pas gagné, et actuellement, il y a une liste qui gagne près de 800 timoun captain pour entrer dans le programme éducation vocationnelle ça. Seul penser que un plan qui bien chita pour traiter dossier éducation dans Brockton, improver éducation dans Brockton, il gagne ça dans Jacout tout.
I think you passed the test, Patricia. Bernadette did a good job and you do a good job too. Okay?
Thank you. But nous faisons un summary parce que réponse est longue et nous pas qu'à aller translation direct, mais nous faisons un summary, nous faisons une révision pour nous avoir essence réponse que candidat est bail.
OK. Et pour finir, quel message vous gagnez pour la communauté haïtienne pendant qu'il y a préparé pour voter 4 novembre 2025? Finally, what message do you have for the Haitian community as they prepare to vote on November 4th, 2025?
My message to the community is very clear. You've got two candidates running. One that has a resume that should be required for somebody to be a mayor, and one that does not have a resume. One that has been running for mayor for 8 years, and one that's been governing for the last 12 years. One who has been a mayor and one who has never seen the mayor's office. One who has been a city council president, has been a chair of various committees within the city council. One who is married, that has 3 beautiful children, that has 2 grandkids now, who is a taxpayer, owns a home in the city, pays taxes, knows what the water bill looks like, one who has managed various businesses in the past. I was one of the youngest operators of a department store at my age, managing hundreds of people, managing millions of dollars. One who has a community organization that I run that actually employs 14 people that rely on me to find the funding for them. One who was the creator of the interpreter program at Brockton Hospital, taking care of people in the city of Brockton. One who was the child protection specialist for the entire Archdiocese of Boston, protecting children from abuse. One who has been in the city for 40 somewhat years, and one that actually has served in the United States Navy in defense of this country. So the contrast is very clear. You've got someone, to me this is a job interview. To me, this is a job interview. And normally people that go for a job interview would have to have a resume. I have a resume. I have shared my resume. I have shared my ideas to move forward. Concrete ideas, not psychotic ideas of things that I cannot do. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm going to prevent deportation because we are going to prevent ICE from deporting people. That's not the function of a mayor of a city. We got to be realistic. That's the federal government. What I'm going to do is work with my local agencies to help. How do you prevent deportation? Making our people U.S. citizens. That's how we prevent those things from happening. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to prevent the federal government from cutting SNAP benefits. That's not the function of a mayor. That's not the function of a city councilor. We got to stay within our lanes, promising things. I did not promise a single thing that I'm not able to do. What I promised is what I can do. I write checks that my body can cash. And my word is bond. When I tell somebody I support you, I support you. I won't be able to do this, it's because I will not be able to do that. That's the difference between that candidacy and our candidacy. Our candidacy is an inclusive candidacy that is not going to rely on myself only. It's going to rely on relationships, which I have built throughout these years with the city council and the school committee, because electing a mayor is not electing a king or a dictator. It's electing somebody that can work with the other elected officials to get the job done. I'm not going to sit here and promise you the world. I'm going to build homes. I'm going to build this, because we cannot do that. It's not part of our function as mayors in the city. So I count on the community that's listening to us right now, and those that might be watching us later on November 4th, to go vote on somebody who has the resume for the job. Because it's the job. It's not just the title. My opponent is looking for the title of mayor. I'm looking to do the job of the mayor.
Well, I think you say it all, Patricia, and then
En résumé,
he explained himself, though. You sure you want to translate?
non, pas translate, non. En résumé, Moses Rodrigues dit 4 novembre, mettez votre côté que ouais, gain expérience, gain qualification pour ça. Et lui-même, en tant que un papa, un mari, un monde qui gagne caille dans Brockton, qui paye taxe dans Brockton, qui fait 12 ans dans City Council, qui gère, qui aide Kembe Brockton côté pour Brockton avancer. Brockton, c'est la Kylie et lui-même tout. Expérience pâle en tant que magistrat intérim, tout ça permet que ou même capitaine de là ou bien capitaine pour tant d'émissions après ou faire choix par le 4 novembre là devant ballot là.
Merci, Patricia, and thank you very much,
Merci,
Mr. Moses, and really appreciate that you come straight to the radio in order to address the community. And you know, the radio Tele Compas, I've been doing it since 1984.
Merci.
When Duvalier was in power.
Merci pour votre travail.
Thank you. And thank you also for your services.
Thank you.
Because you was at the Navy.
Yes,
and
sir.
helping, keeping the country safe.
Yes.
And to everybody who was listening, merci en pile, merci tout le monde. C'était un plaisir de nous avoir Patricia qui a traduit et puis candidat Moses Rodrigues. 4 novembre, à voter, à voter, à voter.